For more on the breaking news that tomorrow President Trump will sign an executive order dismantling the Department of Education. Let's bring in Florida Congresswoman Cammack. It's just astonishing the amount. I'm just reading some figures on this, Congresswoman, that since the recent inception, 1979, of the Department of Education, it has spent $3 trillion. No improvement in student achievement. Will this fly legally?
Well, there's a couple things here. So when we're looking at the Department of Education, there has been a concerted effort in Congress for years to eliminate the department because it is so ineffective. We currently spend on average $16,000 per student in the United States, yet our academic scores are declining. That is the very definition of just you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Why in the world would we ever continue to fund programs that are inefficient and not effective? We're doing a disservice to kids and to families by continuing to fund this madness. So this executive order has been a long time in the making, certainly. We are going to work in Congress to codify this. But $268 billion is what we spent last year on the Department of Education, and only 25% of it actually went to students. So there's a much more effective way for us to get better educational outcomes and help our students achieve rather than just continuing to fund the bureaucracy.
So we've got this directive, Congresswoman, from the president, and I think a lot of conservatives, of course, support it. You mentioned codification in Congress. Yes. Constitutionally, is that essential for this to become reality?
Absolutely. Listen, right now we are facing a situation, and long before President Trump, where we were, as Congress, continuing to fund agencies that had never been authorized. Now, in this situation, you will see judges who try to stop this, and that is where Congress has to come in and take action, certainly. But if you look at Article 3 of the Constitution, only the Supreme Court is mentioned. We have an obligation in Congress to have direct oversight over the courts. And so we need to exercise our constitutional authority to, one, take action to get rid of agencies that aren't performing and upholding their mission statement, and two, going after these judges that are acting as activists. These individuals are not protected the way that it is outlined in Article 3 of the United States Constitution. Only the Supreme Court can do that, and I imagine this could get to that level. But I think in that meantime, you'll see Congress take action.
President Trump has been in office for coming up on 9 weeks, and there have been 64 judicial injunctions issued against the president's orders. That is double the total issued under combined Bush, Obama, and Biden. To your point, it is outrageous what these judges are doing.
Yes, I mean, it's judicial warfare, lawfare. I mean, if you look at this, it wasn't until 1911 that there was any significant work done through Congress when it came to the judiciary. This is long overdue. And you have seen this in our Article 1 powers that we have given to the executive just through, quite frankly, laziness, this overreaching bureaucracy that has really cost us $2 trillion a year. And that is in the form of rules, regulations, and now the crazy administrative state that is the fourth branch of government. But no one talks about Article 3, where Congress has a constitutional right to oversight. And we have done nothing, like I said, since 1911 in order to hold these courts accountable. So we have a lot of oversight work to do. This is something that is not going to stand in the way of President Trump. And I would also say that the double standard that exists today in the first 9 weeks of President Trump's presidency, his administration, it is outstanding that the left wants to rail against everything that the president is doing, but they had absolutely nothing to say when Biden was trampling all over the Constitution. He was doing things that they said, oh, he's absolutely within his rights to do. But now they're dead silent. And that's not to say that the president is not acting within his authority. He is. But it's just the fact that the left hates what the president is doing because he's returning power back to the people. And the left is all about dependency and control.
And they have these judges fighting legal warfare for them once again. Lawfare.
Yes.
A different form. Thank you, Congresswoman.